What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan 01 here, and today, first of all, happy 5th anniversary. That we just passed our 5th anniversary on YouTube not too long ago. I believe it was on the 23rd. So yeah, congratulations. We passed our 5th year. I joined in 2013, and furthermore, this is a Pokeball behind my head, which doesn't want to stay behind my head, but still, we passed our 5th year on YouTube, and to commemorate 5 years, I thought we could, number one, we're going to do a Transformers look back, which will be happening probably sometime within the end of the month. I know I promised that I would finish season 2 of Goofs by the end of January, but unfortunately that is not happening because I'm pretty much running out of ideas, and I got some really old technology and some new technology. The new technology that I recently have purchased is a new television, which is right behind me. This awesome big flat screen right there. And the older technology that I recently have purchased is a VCR. And furthermore, that is my heater. I gotta go turn that off real fast. Turn that off. It was like it has an issue with it. But real quick, I'm gonna give you guys a little summary of what's gonna go down within the next maybe month to 2 months. We're going to have a couple Transformer reviews. Those are not my most popular videos, unfortunately. But they are getting some views. Not particularly... They're not great views, but they're not horrible views. So, I am not going to cry about that at all. But I'm still getting views on them nonetheless. Second order of business. Goofs Season 2 is going to take a slight setback. It is going to be finished next month, which will be... The ending date will be at least February 23rd, at the least, at the most convenient time, that is like the most convenient time I can possibly give you, because Magic Railroad is taking its biggest turn. There is a Facebook page called, what's it called? I just did this, what's it called? I think it's, Restore the Magic, that's it. It's basically this fan Patreon right now that's going on. They need at least $60,000 to, well, first off, it's about the engine lady, the prop at least, the movie prop, which would happen to be the one that was in Magic Railroad, where all the people jumped in lady, and they, pretty much the movie prop, the actual life-size movie prop. It is currently being held right now somewhere in somewhere in the U.S. I haven't been keeping track to it. I can't really send you a link. I can try to send you a link to their Facebook page where you can sign up and you can donate to your heart's content. They're pretty much they have tracked down the owner of the Magic Railroad prop lady, and they are currently storing it in a pretty much a storage area, and they are going to restore it to its former glory because the previous owner of the prop wanted to make something for his kids, and I do give kudos to that, but I don't give kudos to the fact that he pretty much destroyed the previous existing lady colors. It does not look like lady right now, but I can guarantee you, probably if you do, actually I can guarantee you, if you do sign up for this Patreon, all Thomas fans that were fans of Lady, that were fans of the Magic Railroad, I know there's not many of you guys out there, but bear with me, we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna scoot this chair forward a bit. But bear with me, I can definitely guarantee you guys that we will have a restored prop and a petition for the director's cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad to be released onto DVD or VHS, your choosing. Now, that brings me to my next discussion, which is the director's cut. Like I said previously, there is a petition going on with Restore the Magic to get that petition out and basically petition Sony so that they'll give us the director's cut, which Sony bought Destination Films, which pretty much bought out Britt Allcroft. And so there's not really much I can tell you about that because I don't know the whole pyramid scheme of things. I'm not 100% sure on all that. I do know that there's a petition, though, that is going to happen, that the director's cut will be released, hopefully, if we get enough signatures. I back these people up 100%. I do know that they're serious about this because they just purchased the prop not too long ago, probably 7 months ago, 8 months ago. They purchased it, and right now the Patreon is paying for ladies, for pretty much paying for ladies' transportation, her housing, and what is going on is there needs to be at least a donation of $60,000 to fix this prop and get it to its restored condition. Movie props people are pretty much, pretty much want you to pay top dollar to fix a really old movie prop in a movie that bombed in theaters. I don't agree with everything that they've said with all of ladies' transportations and all of that stuff, but there's nothing I can do about that. But there is something you can do. You can donate to them. I'm gonna see if I can leave a link to their Facebook page down below where you can sign up, you can petition, you can sign for the director's cut, you can donate to your heart's content. Please donate to your heart's content. I'm a huge Lady fan. I loved Lady in the Magic Railroad. Which brings me to director's cut. This is where we get into the heart of the video, which I do happen to know quite a bit about. This is going to be the pre-video to Magic Railroad, which will be the ending of Season 2. Then we will start Season 3 with Thomas Comes to Breakfast. That is pretty much what I can guarantee you. But the pre-video to Magic Railroad, Goofs and Magic Railroad, let's per se, right now, I know that the director's cut was definitely the gold mine of Thomas and Friends. First thing being that there were a bunch of things taken out. There are countless videos, footage, pretty much photos, anything that everybody could get their hands on about the director's cut. It's pretty much already been announced, but I'm just here to tell you pretty much what has been taken out, what was left, and what we got. First thing being PT Boomer. There is one shot that made it into the movie that he actually is riding on Diesel 10, but it was the one thing that they left from this is where my brain and my mouth stop working. Where they left PT Boomer in the actual film. The second thing being that there were a bunch of other characters that got taken out. Cranky the Crane got taken out. George the Steamroller got taken out, and there was another, and I believe Edward got taken out. I'm not 100% sure on that one, due to the fact that Edward wasn't really structured for the film, but I do know that Edward did have a movie model in production while they were filming, so that much I can tell you. Cranky the Crane was supposed to have more of a silent movie kind of vibe going on with him. Pretty much, he would throw canisters of fruit, or not canisters of fruit, canisters of oil, baskets of fruit onto Diesel 10 as, he's angry. And George the Steamroller was supposed to be a main villain. I'm not sure why he was taken out. I kind of wished he was in the movie, at least in some form, because I would have loved to have seen a fourth villain. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen another character besides Diesel 10, Splatter, and Dodge. That's it. And then with Doug Lennox portraying PT Boomer, that was supposed to be big too, but apparently that never happened. So I was kind of sad about that, but there's nothing I can do. Another thing that was taken out was Lily and Patch. When they grew up, Lily ends up marrying Patch and having children, and pretty much living in Shining Time, living with her living near her grandfather, close to the Magic Railroad. And another thing that many people have not heard about, but it was stated in a statement with Britt Allcroft, that you would see some of the engines going from the island of Sodor on the Magic Railroad to Shining Time. This has not been confirmed, but I cannot deny it, because it does sound like something Britt Allcroft would have created. It does sound like something that would have happened in that sort of 90s era mentality. So that's pretty much what I do know. Things that were altered and changed during the filming and all of that stuff. I do know that there were a couple people that were cut from voice acting, which would be the first voice actor for Thomas and the second voice actor for Thomas. They did not portray him very well. I can't remember. Keith Scott was the first one. He portrayed Thomas as an older kind of person. He made it into the trailers, and then when the first trailer was released, Britt Allcroft said, okay, we're definitely not keeping you because you make Thomas sound really old. And then the second actor, I'm not 100% sure on this, but this was a rumor. This was just a rumor that there was another actor that was going to play the role of Thomas, but he got cut because he made Thomas sound too how shall we say? Because I know this is kind of a family channel. How shall we say? Child friendly. Yeah, he made Thomas sound too child friendly, and Britt Allcroft cut him. And then the final person portrayed Thomas just right. And then the next person was supposed to be the voice actor for Diesel 10. The first voice actor gave him kind of a gruff Russian accent, which you can find the audio on that, by the way. You can find that pretty much everywhere. It's almost anywhere on YouTube. You can probably check Sodor Island Forum for it too. I'm not sure 100% sure on the rest of that whole story. But he made him sound too scary and a little too racist. Pardon my language, but yeah. The second, and then he kind of gave him more of a gruff American accent, like, you know, losing your sparkle, eh? Or kind of a Yoda voice-ish, kind of like, losing your sparkle, eh? What perfect timing, you know? That whole bit there, that was in a trailer, and then he gave him kind of a gruff, really, you know, tough guy voice, you know, things are gonna change around here, puffball. You know, that you can find that in a trailer too. You can find all those trailers on the internet pretty much for any of the voice acting goes. I believe P.T. Boomer made it inside of one of the trailers too. I believe it was the Japanese trailer. I'm not 100% sure. Double check. So pretty much those were the things that were changed. Another thing that I really wish kind of happened was that they had left P.T. Boomer in the movie, because it would have explained why Thomas fell off the cliff a little better. Because in the script it said that P.T. Boomer was at the bottom of the hill looking for what's his name? Looking for Burnett Stone. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so don't judge me on this. I haven't seen it in quite a while. I have the VCR version, and it's been quite a while since I looked at it, so I will check that out. Not right now, but I will check it out after we're done with this, and then I will check it out and just watch it again for old time's sake. But so he's looking for Burnett Stone, and he's gonna blow up the mountain. And instead of blowing up the entire mountain, he blows up only a chunk of the mountain. And he looks up and he sees Thomas and just says to himself, "Oh, it's just an oversized toy, so no need to worry about it." So pretty much that's how Thomas fell off the cliff. He blew up part of the mountain, and the rocks just, you know, and he fell off. So that's pretty much what I can tell you about that. More things that changed inside the movie production. In one of the early trailers, Diesel 10 he rolls right up to Thomas, and he's smaller. he's like really small. He's much smaller than Thomas, which I don't understand how that could happen and how you could mess up that bad. But there is a fan theory that I have come up with, and I don't know if it's 100% correct. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Does anybody remember the episode Bowled Out? It was in Thomas and the Special Letter, and it was in Season 3. Yes, Season 3, I believe. And pretty much, the engine was D261, it might have been D261, who came in, basically bashed the engines, and then had a malfunction. Basically, karma came back and bit him in the butt. My theory is that they took that model, modified it a little bit, gave it a different paint job, added some things here and there, changed the face sculpture, and basically turned it into Diesel 10, because D261 was smaller than all the other engines. So that's the only fan theory that I can really come up with. So, as per the Magic Railroad, I do think that it was a film that definitely needed more time. It needed more editing. It needed more screen audiences. It needed it needed less of the dirty, filthy soccer moms. That's right, I'm talking to you. Child from the 90s, right here. You ruined my childhood by taking away a villain that should have made the film a lot better. Anything else I can really think of is... really, that's it. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fennel 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. I will try to see if I can get Restore the Magic's Facebook page, link down below. I'll see if I can. I'll see if they can let me do that, because I love my fans, and I know my fans love Thomas as much as I do. If you really want to, I'm not sure if you can see it. You probably can't, but behind those blankets is my whole entire Thomas the Tank Engine collection. I believe I have 12 of the DVDs. Real quick, just this is just a little brain blurb here. I do not have every single Thomas and Friends video. I have the majority of Season 1. I have a little bit of Season 2. I have a lot of I don't have a lot. I have a small amount of Season 4, a little bit of Season 7, a little bit here, a little bit there. It is not set in stone as to what I currently have all of. But eventually I will be getting the collector's edition series, the whole collector's edition of the series, and we can film our goofs around that. So, thank you for watching. This is Thomas Fennel 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Point out which Transformer I'm pointing to right now, and guess it. Leave it in the comments below, and please, don't forget to keep playing with your toys.